about to show you how to get every free huge pet in Pet Simulator X. So there are a bit of free huges that you don't have to like buy the eggs for or spend diamonds for. So if you want free huges, hopefully this guide helps you out. Well, also if you want free huges, I'm about to give away this huge scary cat. If you want to win a free huge, just like the video, subscribe, and comment your Roblox username. Here's last video's winner, but let's get into how to like actually get the free huges. So there are currently a total of 15 huges that you can get in Pet Simulator X completely for free. And there are a whole bunch of random ways to get them. So of course, the first free huge you can get is from the daycare. It is the huge Mevo. And for the daycare, I'm pretty sure it doesn't really matter what pets you put in. It's estimated to be around like 1 in 10 million. So that's a really low chance because huges and eggs are only a little more rare than that. But you can kinda use the daycare over and over again. Like one of my friends got 2, but he has like 20 accounts that every single day when he can, he puts his pets in daycare on them. Then I'm pretty sure it might basically be double chance if you can enroll 20 instead of 10, and maybe Better Pets influences it, but it is somewhere around 1 in 10 million. Now that is extremely rare, but I mean it's been out for more than a month and only 624 exist right now, making it more rare than like most huges. So that isn't really a good strat, but then the next one, like I mean the daycare gives other stuff too, so even though it's a low chance, it's still good to do your daycare anyways, and if you get super lucky, you might get it. So second huge is the huge cupcake, and you can get it from these last 2 things. So free gift number 11, which is this one, you have a 0.005% chance, which is 1 in 20,000, and the very last one, you have a 1 in 2,000 chance. Now you can only get these like once every day, so the chances are a lot higher, which definitely makes sense. I mean, your rewards have been here for a while, but if you look at the cupcake, 110k exists. I swear it was just 109k. It might be a little more rare than what I said, but those are just like the best estimates I could find online. So it's actually not too hard to get a huge cupcake, and of course those are reflected by how many people own it, because it is very common. It's pretty much the most common huge besides the huge rock. Then the third one is the huge chef cat, and for this you have to get 100,000 customers in my restaurant. They are removing it when 50,000 people get it, and at the start of this video 46,000 were claimed, and wait, what? Now it says 45,000? It was literally 46,000 when I checked, I swear. Maybe 1,000 just disappeared or something, but anyways, that's probably gonna be gone by tomorrow. So if you're watching this video today, you don't have too much time left to grind. I did a video on how to get like 25,000 customers per hour, and that's currently like the best layout you can use that I know of. So if you're interested in that, that video will be linked in the description. You can try grinding for it, but that is definitely the easiest huge to get for free, because I mean it's guaranteed. Like all these other things I'm mentioning, you have a really low chance to get them, but you can actually get them for like 100% guaranteed if you do this in my restaurant. But again, only for 50,000 people. I ended up getting one. One of my friends got like 7 because for some reason he grinds my restaurant and has like a lot of alts with it. The only completely guaranteed huge. Now we're moving on to the huges that you can actually hatch. So first is the huge green balloon cat. You're gonna have to go over to Cat World. I mean, there were some other free ones you can hatch. Like huge rock was from any egg in the entire game. That's why over 1 million exists, but you can't get it anymore. Then the huge hacked cat was in Tech World, Pixel Cat was in Pixel World, and red balloon cat was in Cat World. So they're slowly removing the free-to-play huges from the earlier areas. The next one is probably the huge green cat in Cat World. So if you're watching this video like a month later, it might be gone. But basically, how you get it, go to Cat World, and you're gonna need to go to the area with waterfalls. So this is the third area. It is named Cat Taiga. I don't know if I said that right, but yeah, basically behind the waterfall, there's the thing. You press E, you go through that door, and then you go to this back thing, and then for only 4 billion, you can have a 1 in 50 million chance for hatching this. No way. Okay, I mean, this is probably the rarest one you can hatch. Or actually, wait, no, there's another rare one, but it's in Doodle World, but most huges are 1 in 20 million. So yeah, this is a 1 in 50 million. It's a really nice pet though. It, for some reason, gets good deals even though you can still get it, probably because of how rare it is. So barely any new ones are coming to the game, and no one really grinds it as much as the new eggs, so even though you can still get it, it has a pretty good rarity and isn't really dropping right now. Then next is Doodle World. You have to go through Limbo to get here, but the Doodle shop shop has our next pet, which is the Doodle Fairy. The most expensive egg in Doodle shop has it. So for a whopping 153 million Doodle coins, or well, I know they're not called Doodle coins, they're called cartoon coins. But they look, it's literally doodled, like most people call them Doodle coins. But for some reason, they're in all areas in the void. But anyways, there's a normal one and a golden one. The normal one is worth 90 billion right now. It is dropping badly. Like, it was literally 120 billion like a couple weeks ago, and it just keeps going down. It is not worth getting. And not only that, but it is 1 in 200 million. So you're gonna have a much better bet trying to get the blue, or not the blue, the green balloon cat. Red balloon cat used to be in the shop eggs in the cat area, but yeah, they removed that. So this is probably also gonna be removed soon from this egg. But that is really rare. Now there's one that is 10 times easier to get, and I'm pretty sure boosts and stuff don't affect it because they want to make Huges and the free-to-play eggs free-to-play, so I don't really think boosts have an effect when hatching Huges or like anything else from the free-to-play eggs. Well, besides like, I mean like the mythicals and stuff, of course it has an effect, but like Huges, I'm pretty sure it doesn't change if you buy game passes, so it doesn't really matter. I remember seeing a tweet from like Preston Big Games on Twitter saying from one of the eggs when you hatch it, to make it more free-to-play, it doesn't really change anything. But go to the left barn, go to this barn area, which is called Doodle Farm, and there's a huge chest. Behind that huge chest, there is the barn doodle egg, and that has a huge cat, or not the huge cat, the huge doodle cat. Huge cat is gray, huge doodle cat's blue for some reason, but it's also a pretty good huge. It is not dropping, but you can find pretty good offers on it. I guess it's just because of the demand. Like, Doodle Fairy has a terrible demand, and you can still get it, so it's dropping. So if you want to invest in getting a doodle huge, then I recommend this one definitely. And it's only 340,000. That's actually cheaper than the other egg with Doodle Fairy, so you can hatch a lot of these, and I mean it's worth less than a Doodle Fairy, but not by too much. I will say it still is slowly dropping, but Doodle Fairy is dropping a lot more, much worse huge. Then we've got the new Kawaii world, which has a lot of the new Huges you can get for free. Eventually, the Huges are probably going to be removed from the eggs, or at least the free ones, so they actually did something pretty interesting here. So the Kawaii cat is on normal mode, and of course it is dropping, but right now it's pretty rare, so it is kinda worth getting it. It is literally worth like 180 billion right now. 333 exists. The Bread Shiba, only 53 exists. So even though, okay, both of them are 1 in 20 million, the way you get the Bread Shiba is a bit harder. You can only get the Bread Shiba in hardcore mode, so it's a lot harder to get coins there, which means a lot less people are able to hatch eggs there. Only the most pro of the pros are grinding the eggs for the hardcore Bread Shiba. Well, I mean, it's not really hardcore. Huges don't get hardcore if you hatch them in hardcore mode. They just, well, they're basically the same, except for this one, you get the Bread Shiba instead of the Kawaii Cat. But anyways, you can get both of them. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can only get the Kawaii Cat from normal mode and the Bread Shiba from hardcore mode if you open this chest at the end. Now, I AFK'd over multiple nights, and I have never gotten a single egg from opening this chest, so it's probably a really low chance, but my guess is since it's an extremely low chance, like maybe 1 in every 100, maybe even 1 in every 1,000, or rarer for these chests, if you open the egg, you're probably gonna have a bit higher chance to get the Huges, so those are pretty rare. But you wanna know what else is rare? The other 2 new Huges in the Kawaii world, which I still don't have either of the Kawaii Huges from these eggs. I'm probably gonna add Kawaii Cat to the value list today, but I don't have the other new ones here because they're just so rare. Barely anyone owns them, but we're definitely gonna have values for all Kawaii World Huges in like a week. So there's something called the Hidden Alley Egg, and there are 4 alleys. It basically just spawns behind a random one, but it's best to get friends in your server, do the server boosts from the void so you do more damage, and then just go through each area, just choose a random one to begin with, go to the end. If it says with the sign that it's not there, go to another alley, and when you find the alley with the egg, it's gonna be open for an hour. It seems like they make it higher chance, just like with the Leprechaun event, St. Patrick's Day, how they made it a higher chance to hatch the Huges from the Rainbow Pot egg, but nope, they're 1 out of 20 million still, which leads them to be extremely rare. I'd recommend try to grind for one of these. You can probably get a lot more right now than later. The Kawaii Dragon only 48 exists, and the Huge Ninja Axolotl only 28 exist. From online, I found that both of them are 1 in 20 million, but that doesn't really make sense because there are less Ninja Axolotls. So I'd have to say Ninja Axolotl is probably like 1 in 40 million, and then the Kawaii Dragon is 1 in 20 million. but still, they're all pretty rare. Now, there is one more way that you can get, actually 2 more ways, but the last one's really obvious. The other way you can get the huge is from the huge machine egg, and of course, this is gonna be, if you go to the spawn world, literally to your left, there is the Hugetron, and you can put exclusives in here. Now, there were some exclusives you could get for free. Maybe I could do a video on how to get all free exclusives. I'm pretty sure there are none or very few you can actually get right now completely for free. The best way to get them is literally just trade, get exclusives, and I mean, you could probably resell them for more you'd get than the average huge from the huge machine egg, but basically, you just have to put a lot of huge, or a lot of exclusives in the huge machine egg, then you'll get a huge machine egg, and yeah. The egg itself is only worth like 55 billion, which, I mean, honestly, I have to count this in the video because it's a way to get a free huge, but just sell the egg if you get it. Like, honestly, just sell the exclusives if you really don't want to sell the exclusives, because most exclusives are going to be at least like 700 million to a billion, so you're already putting like, unless if you're putting the Dominuses, which even putting the Dominuses, they're 700 million, you're putting like 70 billion. There are probably a few exclusives that are cheap enough you can profit if you put them in the Hugetron, but most of the time it's not really going to be worth it. Just resell the egg, but if you don't want to and you really want to open it, that is another way to get free huges. I mean, they made it where just 50 points you can spend Robux, but it's not worth it, let's be real. Wait, I almost forgot about one huge. I almost forgot about the huge party axolotl, and I have so many of the update hype gifts. I'm gonna open 1,000 for a video later, but that is 0.1%, so I mean, it's kind of rare, but if you get 1,000, you're probably gonna get one, and guess who's about to get 1,000? I think I have like 800 update hype gifts now. So those are all the huges that can be obtained for free, but another way to get free huges is giveaways. So a lot of people do giveaways for huges on Twitter, probably a few of them are fake. A lot of YouTubers do giveaways in videos, like me. Of course, there are gonna be a few fake ones, like pretty much all live streams giving away huges that aren't partners, but are decent sized channels are scams, because there are so many ones that like someone just recorded a loop and they have like a script to make it look like they're sending pets, but they actually don't have any huge pets and they're not actually live, are on YouTube. So just like, if actual YouTubers, like I know Razorfish Gaming does giveaways in his videos, like if actual YouTubers or maybe even like small YouTubers that let you join them so you can see they're actually in game are giving away a huge, it's probably real, and the ones on Twitter are usually real, but usually a few hundred people enter those. I mean, it is a better chance than hatching eggs, because eggs are like 1 in 20 million, and usually with giveaways, maybe you'll have at least like 50 people at most, like a couple thousand people entering them. So even though that still is a kind of low chance, you have a much better chance to win the huge than to hatch it. Then the final way to get huges is by trading. So I've done many videos on how to trade. I even did a video yesterday on how to get a lot of diamonds, and that's probably the best way to farm diamonds. But if you want to trade, here's the main strat. Only gonna take like maybe 20 seconds to tell you guys. Go to TelanthricValues.com. Put your pets on the booth for slightly more than the value. Try to buy pets for a bit less than the value. While you're having your booth up, just in case anyone buys anything, try to trade people for their pets. Send random people trade requests. Spam in the chat ABC to offer on this, and then try to give them less than what it's worth, of course. Try to get more than what your thing is worth. That's literally all trading is. Now, me personally, I don't complete trades too often in my videos. From cat to 10 trillion, I usually only do a trade like once every 20 or 30 minutes. I try not to do trades that are equal or I only profit a little bit, because a lot of the times things values fluctuate, like they drop or rise. Some things are bad demand, so I only do trades if I'm 100% sure it's a profit, so maybe at least like a few billion profit. Now, if you don't have anything expensive, it may be hard to find a few billion profit. Like, you're definitely not gonna get like 4 billion for like an elf dog or something, or a safari cat, so just trade your way up. Some people do different things, like a lot of people trade all pets, but I know some people that only trade huge rocks and eggs because they have really high demand. They basically just sell, buy, repeat that a lot. Some people only trade Titanics because you can profit hundreds of billions on each Titanic, but then it's harder to find offers because most people can't afford the offer for one. So there are a few different trading techniques. I would recommend just trade everything. It is a lot harder to manage because some things might be bad demand, and you're gonna have to keep up to date with the values of all huges versus like just Titanic trading or just eggs and huge rocks. But those are officially all the ways to get a free huge. If I somehow missed one, I don't know how that happened, but I'm gonna put it in the description. And if any new huges come out that I need to do a video, like if any huges come out, that's not just you literally hatch them, I'll do a video on how to get them. But most likely, if any new huges come out really soon, it's gonna be hatch. Also, a lot of people have been confused about the 2 new Huges that are popping up now. There's the huge pink marshmallow chicken, 166 exists. That was a plushie. And the huge pastel sock dragon was also a plushie. Oh yeah, I'm only 5 more pets away from reaching plus 1 more equip. Then I can equip 20. But okay, that's basically it for the video. Make sure to subscribe with notifications on, like the video, join my Discord server, linked in the description, do everything else linked in the description. But thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.